All right, for the last part of 2.1, we are now going to write a transformed quadratic function. So we're going to write a rule for g described by the transformations of the graph of f, then identify the vertex. So in number 7, f of x equals x squared. That is the parent function of all quadratic equations. Okay, then it tells us there is a vertical stretch by a factor of 2, a reflection in the x-axis, and then all of that is followed by a translation 3 units down. You do have to do these things in order. Now remember, when we have the equation, whoops, let me erase that, sorry. When I have the equation that I follow, we know that a times x minus h squared plus k. A, and then if it's negative, it's a reflection, but that is the stretch or shrink. That's where it goes. So when I'm writing this equation, I have g of x equals, it has a stretch of 2, so in front of x squared, I know I have to have the number 2, and a reflection in the x-axis, so I know it has to be a negative 2. And then it says followed by 3 units down. So the question is x squared in parentheses or not? Well, what's grouped with x, that h there, is if we move left or right. And I'm not moving left or right, so I just have x squared. There's no need for parentheses because I don't have an h. H is 0. But I am going 3 units down, so k is actually a negative 3. So I have that g of x equals negative 2 times x squared minus 3. All right, now for number 8, f of x is no longer the parent function. It is 2 times x squared minus 5. So we've got to do the things in order. So I'm just going to write f of x. It is 2x squared minus 5. This says I'm going to go 3 units to the right. Remember, when I'm going to the right, or left, that's h here. Well, I don't have parentheses with my x, so to do this step, I'm going to put that parentheses in there. Now, right is positive, and we always write the opposite, so a negative 3 squared, because remember, x goes positive to the right, but when grouped with x, we're going to write the opposite, because that's that minus h. Then it says but I'm still going to write the rest of my original equation, so it had a minus 5, okay? So that was kind of this step 1. Step 2, 2 units up. Well, that's k out here, going up and down. So I'm going to add 2 to the minus 5. So the rest of it is 2x minus, I can't even write, x minus 3 squared minus 3 now. And then it says followed by a reflection in the x-axis. So to do that, I have to multiply everything I have so far by a negative. So 2x minus 3 squared minus 3. Because if at the end, after you've done everything else, and it says followed by a reflection, a stretch, or a shrink, you have to multiply everything you have so far by that, not just put it out front. I can't just make the 2 out front negative and it be true. Okay? Everything that you have so far has to be multiplied by that. All right, so I know if I multiply the 2 out front, I'm going to have a negative 2. I still have x minus 3 squared. That doesn't change. That negative does not go inside the parentheses. But then I have a negative times a minus 3, which is actually going to make a plus 3. And this is our g of x. We have no more steps. All right, so the last one in your practice, you can now do it, and that is number 31. And then submit your practice in Big Ideas. Take a screenshot and submit your results in Canvas.